Now we draw an extended long line here. We want to make this one flipper here and this one flipper here, and then connect the two together. So we add little eyes and then a cute little black nose. And you can add more details from here if you would like. Now, things you can notice is that these guys don't have noticeable ear flaps, and they have smaller flippers in comparison to sea lions. You're finishing your seal with the little modifications at the bottom. This is what it should end up looking like, so that it looks more like a seal rather than a sea lion.
Today, we are going to be making a harbor seal habitat out of a cardboard box or a shoe box. The first step is to glue down each side of the box. I added stickers so I could label my harbor seal habitat. Next, we use a scissor to cut out colorful pieces of paper to represent the harbor seal habitat. Remember that harbor seals live near bodies of water on beaches, so the yellow paper is the sand and the blue is the water. Remember to use a scissor with a parent if you are at a younger age. Next, I taped down the paper inside the box and then added recyclable material such as a toilet paper roll to represent rocks. I also found little craft materials in my house such as the umbrella to represent that it is a beach. Now, let's start decorating the harbor seal habitat by adding stickers. I started out adding seagull stickers. I continued by adding fish and bubble stickers to the water and seashell stickers to the sand. But remember, whatever you have in your house is perfect to make the harbor seal habitat. Next, I took coloring pens to draw wind, a sun, and some clouds in the sky. Finally, the last step was to make 2 harbor seals by drawing them and then adding them to their habitat.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to make an origami seal. The only material you need is paper. You can use origami paper like I have here or make a square out of printer paper. Once you have your square of paper, put it in front of you like a diamond. If your paper is print on one side, put whatever color you want your seal to be facing down. Our first step is to fold our paper in half across the diagonal. Unfold it and do the same on the other side. Take the top and bottom corners and fold them to the center line. Do the same on the other side. Watch this next part closely. Unfold the pockets created by the last few folds and fold along this crease. Then, flatten the fold and repeat on the other side. Next, fold the whole thing in half. Then, pocket fold to create a neck, head, snout, and tail. Fold the flipper upward and then the tip downward. Flip the bottom tip upward and unfold. Repeat on the other side. Puff out the seal gently so it'll stand. Then you can create your seal family. Add eyes and details as you wish. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Happy folding!
Hi, I'm Iman and I'm going to be showing you how to make a harbor seal habitat out of a shoebox and other recyclable materials. The supplies I used for this project are paint, scissors, crayons, styrofoam, chopsticks, glue, seashells, ribbon, water bottle. You also need a shoebox and blue construction paper or a blue folder. So what we're going to do first is make our water bottle squid, and what we're going to do is cut out the tentacles to make the water bottle squid. So you might need an adult to help you out with this. So starting from the bottom of the water bottle, you're just going to cut up to the top third line. And so what you're going to do is repeat cutting out these plastic little tentacles. If you're a bit confused, watch this video and watch how I cut the water bottle. Also, just a reminder, make sure to be really careful with scissors and get an adult to help you out. Okay, so in the end, your squid should look something like this. Now it's the time to decorate it. However, you don't have to decorate it. You can leave it as clear. You can decorate your squid however you want. Some options include using paint, using construction paper, stickers, or even permanent markers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my squid a yellow color. And if you're painting, make sure to paint on a surface that you don't mind getting dirty. This way you don't make a mess. Also, make sure to decorate the bottle cap of your squid too. Once I was done painting, this is what it looked like, and I'm just going to leave it up to dry for now. So while the squid is drying, we're going to create the actual habitat of the harbor seal. So for this, you'll need a shoebox and a blue paper folder or blue construction paper. So what we're going to do now is we're going to measure out the blue construction paper, the blue folder, and then just glue it onto the shoebox so that this way you have a background for your habitat. Harbor seals also like to eat fish, so let's add some fish into a diorama. To do this, I used a bottle cap, and what I did was I traced the bottle cap onto a piece of styrofoam. Then I drew a triangle next to the circle that I just drew. Then I cut out the circle and the triangle to get a fish, and then I started decorating the fish to make it look like an actual fish. So on the tail of the fish, I drew in some scales. Then I drew in some gills. So that way you have a styrofoam fish. I also drew an orca because I wanted a predator in my habitat. If you also want to include an orca in your habitat, you can either draw one or print one out. Now it's time to attach our animals to our diorama. So what I did was I took a chopstick and I stuck it through the top of the shoebox, and then I attached the styrofoam animals. So I started off with the killer whale, and then I attached the fish. When you're doing this, make sure to have an adult with you to help you out. In the end, you should have something that looks like this. So to stabilize the styrofoam animals, I added extra styrofoam to the top of the box and I stuck it through the chopsticks. I also glued the styrofoam in place. So now that the squid has dried, we can draw on a face. Then I attach ribbon to the squid so I can put it in the diorama. Then with a pencil, I made a hole in the top of the diorama so that we can put the ribbon through it. To keep the ribbon in place, I used a piece of tape. Now our harbor seal habitat is actually starting to look like one. Now it's time to add some greenery into our little habitat. So what I did was I drew some squiggly lines and then I colored them in with a green crayon. After I added the plants into the diorama, what I did was I took some cardboard and then I just added to the bottom of the sea. And then I also included some shells and rocks, and then finally I included the little harbor seal. You'll learn to make the origami harbor seal in the next video. Also, a little fun fact about the diorama that we just made is that you can actually move the styrofoam animals at the top by moving the chopsticks. Hope you enjoyed this fun little tutorial, and I'll see you next time.